Unions have begun their fourth strike of the year to protest an austerity vote in Parliament. Lawmakers are going to vote on a €78 billion budget plan on Wednesday. Now, if they don't approve it, Greece is going to lose out on more international aid, and that could lead to the Eurozone's first sovereign default. But to explore how all of this affects investors, I'm joined by Willem-Mark Nabarro. He's head of European equities at Exane BNP Paribas. He joins us from Singapore. Good to see you, Willem. I wonder, this is a lot of uncertainty for investors at the moment. We're seeing some optimism today. What do you and your colleagues expect is going to happen in terms of a resolution to this crisis?
Effectively, we have been talking about this for quite a bit, to be honest with you. And tomorrow, of course, everybody's going to be glued to the sets to see what the outcome will be. For the time being, we still not foresee a default by Greece, to be honest with you. Also, effectively, if you look at it, we have seen lots of uncertainty already in the past, also on Europe, on the euro. If you just remember when the euro was created, the European Union was created in 1999, and we had two currencies at the moment, the normal, or say the national currencies as well as the euro. A lot of people were already saying, well, the euro will not survive. And then afterwards, when we had, say, France and Germany, which did not cope with the budget deficits, we had the crisis as well. Well, the euros will disappear and the European Union will fall apart as well. It didn't happen. We are still here.
But this is a much bigger deal, isn't it? You're about to have potentially the first Eurozone country to default if Papandreou isn't able to get these measures through. You don't think the worst is going to happen, but what does all of this mean for equity investors? Do you still see upside in the markets this year?
We still see the upside in the markets this year, for sure. It's going to be a very, very bumpy ride, that as well. It's not going to be easy. Definitely in the next few weeks, months, it's not going to be easy. That's also, there's this old saying, sell in May, go away, and come back in October again. But we definitely see opportunities in the markets, and especially if you look at some very defensive names in which some very strong strategies as well as very strong management and very good dividends. We'll be looking at companies like Eutelsat, for example. We'll be looking also at companies like, for example, Heineken. If you want to have some bets in your portfolio, look at companies like Infineon, very, very interesting company as well. And if you want to have some, again, good dividend yields, then you will be looking at the telecom sector, like especially companies like BT or Deutsche Telekom or even Vodafone. Very interesting.
You haven't mentioned the banks. Are you staying away from them for obvious reasons?
Well, for the banks, of course, it is not going to be very, very easy. But if you want to have exposure to the banks, there's definitely opportunity to go into the banks. In that case, you would need to look at the Nordic banks. We would be looking at Svenska Handelsbanken. We'll be looking at the Norske Bank or Nordea, because they have absolutely no exposure to Greece.
All right. Willem-Mark Nabarro of Exane BNP Paribas is the head of European equities there. Thanks very much for being with us.
You're more than welcome.